I'm delighted to you all to present Lisa Mitzel. Lisa Mitzel is a prominent mental training and mental health coach. She is also an author, illustrator of 2 books, and founder and president of Zen Tiger Mind, an innovative equipment and merchandise company that teaches mental health practices. Lisa educates on human behavior in high-achieving environments and emphasizes compassion and effective communication for success. A former athlete, she's an NCAA national champion, 6-time All-American, and member of 4 NCAA national championship teams at the University of Utah, a former winning head coach at Stanford University. Lisa is published in Routledge Handbook of Applied Sports Psychology. She has a certificate in mental health first aid. She studied and practiced in meditation and mindfulness and has an BA in psychology and MFA in writing. So Lisa is today with us, and we're so happy to have you with us. Welcome, Lisa, to Warm Up.
Thank you so much. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí. Yo hablo un poquito español. So,
muy buen español. Really good Spanish.
I'm so glad to be here. I actually got to listen to a little bit of the girls' roundtable as I was preparing, and a little bit of the talk before that. And it's, such an amazing task that each of you teenagers, each of you adults, all that you have together in order to plan and practice and prepare for competition, and then to actually be in the competition, thinking clearly and being able to handle the pressure. And that is what I'm going to talk with you about today, is how to compete well. Competing well is a skill. And often we think, well, I practiced and practiced and practiced on how to do the physical skills, the strategical skills, the teamwork, but then actually learning how to compete, how to handle the pressure is a completely different skill. So I wanted to also share with you that my dad, that he is an engineer. He's retired now, but he was in aerospace and he did coding for satellites. And I do not know much about this at all. I did not get that gene when I was born. I am more skilled at communication and human behavior and how to prepare and to have success on the mental and emotional side. And what I want to say is to every single person, boys, girls, men, women, you are all equal. You all belong here. And even in the most difficult, pressured situations, you belong there. And sometimes we enter a room or we enter a competition and we feel very nervous and we feel intimidated by other teams or other people who maybe have more experience, or maybe they seem to have more confidence, but I will tell you, they are nervous. Everybody gets nervous, but you belong. And I want to just say for every girl, I know that young women, that this is primarily dominated by boys and men, but I will say that everybody here is equal. And I'm so glad that you are all accepting. Competition is an opportunity for all of us to come together. Okay, it is not just to compete and win and beat somebody else. It's not about winners and losers. It is about everybody coming together. And so when you think of it like that, and you think about, we are all here together, it's almost like a party, but you need each other. You need your competitors. You need your opponents. You need everybody there, the judges, the coaches, all your teammates. You need everybody in order to compete, right? And to rise and to improve. So I say thank you. Okay, at the highest level that I competed at, I say thank you for this competition. And when you start with that gratitude, you say, I belong here. I'm nervous, but I belong here. And thank you for this opportunity and this chance. Then you are in a different mental space from, oh no, I have to perform well. People are watching me. My teammates are going to put pressure on me. That's a completely different mindset. Okay. So I do have a little bit of an outline and some things to share you. Can I share my screen? Yes, I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you. So this says, I'm going to move this other menu bar down here. All right. Robotics competitions, how to compete well. So first is prepare your mind. And I think you have all learned how to do that in terms of finding and using helpful resources and people who will help you learn, to help you be able to have the tools that you need and to improve. So that's all of the resources. The next one is, I'm going to talk more about this today. It says practice the 6 mental skills. So I'm going to quickly show you that. Let's see here. Because you're saying, well, what are the 6 mental skills, Lisa? Okay. So these are the 6 mental skills. They're very, very simple. We do most of them every day and we don't even know it. But you need to practice them in relation to your tasks and working on your robots. So number 1, you can write them down if you like. I always say, think it, write it, say it. Always communicate with yourself. So number 1, breathing. A lot of times when you're under pressure, you hold your breath or you have shallow breathing. You want to make sure that you take really big, deep breaths. Number 2, relaxing or relaxation. You want to actually let go of any tension in your muscles and relax. Okay, to fully relax is a practice. Positive self-talk. This is pretty self-explanatory as well. But today I would like you to write down at least 3 phrases that you can say about yourself, and we'll get to that next. But that's saying, whispering, thinking positive, true statements about yourself, or what you want to think, what you want to feel, how you want to perform. Recall, this is like to remember something in the past that went really well. Okay, a flashback to an event, remembering a personal feeling or a thought. Visualization or visualize, this is to dream or imagine something that you want for the future. Okay, imagine a performance that you want to go well, right? Imagine a certain place. Maybe you're imagining walking into the building, right? Imagining your teammates around you, smiling. And then the final one is concentration. And this says to set your mind on one thing, just one thing, and sustain focus on one action at a time. Okay, or central image or thought. And this is where in, excuse me, I'm going to take a drink of water. This is where competition can really tighten you up, is under pressure. You're thinking of too many things and you're thinking way too far in the future, or you're distracted and thinking about how a teammate or somebody is going to be frustrated with you if you don't do your job well. Okay, that's a distraction. Always start with the breath, relax your muscles, and take it one step at a time. So let's go back to my list. So 6 mental skills is to go inward. Okay, visit your own mind, practice the mental skills If you practice this for just even 2 minutes a day, breathing, relaxing, talking positively to yourself, imagining how you want to do things well, all right, you will you will learn to feel calmer, in control, and very centered. And this makes all the difference in your ability to, when you do this, you will think more clearly, right? You will be able to focus better, and you will make better decisions. Okay, so you can even write that down. When I breathe, relax, get calm, imagine good things. When I talk positively to myself, okay, when I use the 6 mental skills, I will think more clearly, focus much better, and make better decisions. Okay, so you can do all the you can do all the physical practice and all the robotics practice, you know, like everybody, but whoever can actually handle the pressure, right? Whoever breathes and relaxes and can think really clearly and make good decisions, those are the people, that's the team that is going to perform the best in competition. So this is a practice. And then it says, trust your abilities. You've done the work after weeks and weeks and weeks, maybe months, maybe years of practice. You've done the work. You've shown that you've shown that you can do this, your abilities. You've shown it to yourself. You've shown it to others, and that you can make good decisions and perform well. Then it says, let go of results. Now, this is easier said than done. All of these things are easier said than done. But when you practice thinking, I only control myself, okay, I only control myself right now. You don't control yourself 5 minutes ago. You don't control yourself 5 minutes into the future. You only control yourself right now. Okay, I'm sitting right now, right? I'm holding a pen right now. I'm breathing right now. So you only control yourself right now. And that is the key. And then the last one is believe that everything will be okay. So even when we have, even when we don't do our best, even when mistakes happen, that's an opportunity to learn. And that is actually the only time that we really learn the best, is after we make mistakes, that we learn from that. Okay. But it says focus on the present moment, on positive thoughts. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. All right. Take things one step at a time. And that energy, okay, that positive, calm energy creates positive moments, inner strength, and great results. So when you stay in the present moment, when you get calm, right, that is going to set the stage for good things to happen. All right. So you are growing and learning and creating your own success. So I apologize. My voice is not really great right now. I'm not sure why. What I want to do is I want to get everybody to do a little exercise. Okay. So I want you to, you're going to stimulate your body by rubbing. And this is waking up the nervous system. So just pretend that your hand is like a washcloth or a sponge, and just scrub, okay? Your shoulder, your arm, your hand, the other hand, your arm, shoulder. Breathe. Massage your scalp. And then take 2 fingers and rub the back of your neck, right below your skull, right below your head. And then you can rub your stomach and your back and your legs. And what this is doing is you just rub all over your body tap your feet on the ground. And this wakes up your nervous system. And I can even right now feel a little bit of a buzzing, a little tingling. Okay. And what that does is that helps to relieve tension. Take a deep breath. So I'm going to show you a breathing exercise. This comes from my book, Focused and on Fire, The Athlete's Guide to Mental Training and Kicking Butt. And I imagine that each one of you is very much like an athlete. Stop sharing. Sorry, I did something funny there. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this says, exercise is breathing. What is it? To bring yourself into a state of focus, sureness, and calm control. And that's what you want. Often we think that nervousness and fear is really, really a bad thing. But typically, nervousness comes from a desire to do well and to not fail, to not be embarrassed. Okay. So you want to connect with your mind, connect with your breath, and connect with your body. Okay. So, because you can only control your thoughts, your breath, and your body. So this is a 4-8 breathing exercise, and it says how to do it. Take a deep 4-count inhale through the nose. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you hold it for a moment, and then you blow out your mouth. Okay, it says like a balloon blown up, and your belly and your lungs are expanded. Hold that, and then very slowly you exhale 8 counts, and your body deflates and goes limp like a balloon lets out the air slowly. So I brought my bell, and this is something that you can practice every day on your own. Okay, so put your pen down, relax in your seat, and we're going to take 3 slow, deep breaths. And what I recommend is that you put on some soft music, something, maybe even nature sounds or meditation music. All right, you can go on YouTube, and there's all kinds of very soft. I like to listen to classical music. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and you're going to close your eyes, okay? So I'm going to prompt you. Ready, and inhale. Hold it, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Make it big. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold it, and blow out. 3, 4. Shoulders down. 7, 8. And then just whisper to yourself, my shoulders are down. My hands are heavy. I am relaxed. My shoulders are down. My hands are heavy. I am relaxed. And just smile. Feel yourself breathing. And open your eyes. So often we don't practice getting still. Often we don't practice getting quiet. But when I was competing at the highest level, I worked with a sports psychologist. My team worked with a sports psychologist. And what we learned was how to go inward and connect with ourselves, our desire. What do I want? I want to feel calm. I don't want to feel chaotic and anxious. I want to feel focused, right? Not distracted with other things. Calm and focused, right? And I want to feel good about myself. So right now, we're going to write down 3 positive phrases that you can say to yourself. This can be, I am smart, I am strong, I am kind, I think quickly, I'm a good teammate. This can be any kind of positive thoughts, right? I would say maybe write down 1 or 2 that has to do with your tasks and what you do with your robot, okay? And then the other one or 2 about, I do well under pressure, I work hard, I am dedicated, I'm smart, I'm kind, I'm helpful. So write down 3. I'm going to give you 30 seconds or a minute to write down 3. And if you can't think very well, sometimes it's good to think about what your mom would say or what your dad says to you or what friends say to you that sounds very calm. Maybe you have a good sense of humor. You can say, I'm funny. But you want to have at least 3 positive phrases that you say to yourself. I'm going to give you some quick ideas. And what we're going to do is we're going to practice. This is one of the pieces of equipment that I have designed. This is a mat, like a yoga mat. And this has Aura, the orangutan, who is very positive, if anybody likes orangutans. So let's all say the first one together, okay? Read this out loud with me. Number 1, I am smart, kind, and helpful. When I struggle, I am patient. I love myself. I'm a friend to myself. Okay, let's read it again. Number 1, take a breath. Now, this takes practice. Sometimes it feels a little funny to say these words, but this is what your brain needs in order to feel good. Okay, number 1, I am smart, kind, and helpful. When I struggle, I am patient. I love myself. I'm a friend to myself. Okay, let's read number 3. Ready? My mind and body work together. I am strong inside and out. I will achieve my goals. Okay, let's read number 3 again. Take a breath. I'm going to ring the bell. Ready? My mind and body work together. I am strong inside and out. I will achieve my goals. Now, if you like any of these phrases, I would say write them down and repeat them. This is very, very important for you to repeat these positive phrases. Okay? So we talked about the 6 mental skills. I also want to talk about expectancy. So when you go into competition, to learn to compete well, you must expect. Expect there is going to be pressure. Okay? I imagine that every single one of you like the challenge. You keep doing it. You keep showing up. You keep going to practice. You keep learning. You keep making mistakes and you come back. I want to do better. Okay? So that means you like pressure. You probably didn't know that. Maybe you did. Expect that there's going to be pressure and say, it's okay. I can do this. I like the challenge. I like the challenge. Okay, that's why you're doing it. Expect that you will feel tense, that your mind and your body will start to feel tense. Just expect that that's going to happen. It's okay. I like this challenge. All right. Expect that there will be tough competition. Okay. There's going to be other teams that will be really good. It's okay. I like the challenge. I belong here and I'm prepared. Okay. That positive self-talk is so important for preparing and in competition. Okay. Expect mistakes will happen. There will be mistakes. That's okay. I like this challenge. I can do this. All right. You have overcome mistakes before. You have figured out answers, other options. You have been able to work with your team on your feet, right? I like that challenge. Okay. So I'm repeating the same words over and over. Your brain needs to hear that and think that over and over. That's very important. You are training your mind, and your mind and body work together. So this is very, very helpful. Anything about your teammates in terms of working together for competition, it's very important that you all tell each other that you're there for, I'm here for you. We are here, we work together. Hopefully your coach is preparing you also to think and work together and to appreciate each other's strengths. I heard in the girls, like a girl roundtable, that they were talking about focusing on their strengths, right? And whoever has been your guide, has been your role model, that they have taught you, they have shown you how you can work well together, right? And to be patient in the struggle. From the aura, from the orangutan, the positive self-talk. When I struggle, I am patient. Okay. When you say that to yourself, you're teaching yourself to believe it. You're teaching yourself to do it. I am patient when I struggle. So back to the beginning, competition is a good opportunity. It's a challenge, and that you can learn to compete well. All right. So throughout the month, the season, every competition, each competition is a chance for you to get better mentally and emotionally and prepare yourself. Okay. It is an opportunity for you to practice. So what I recommend is to practice at least 2 to 3 minutes a day, or 5 minutes like every other day. Okay. I recommend that you find some calming and soothing music or nature sounds that you like, and practice 2 to 3 minutes of calm breathing and relaxing and imagining or even recalling a very good competition, a place and the people and the actions that you did, okay? The decisions that you made. Always recall the good things. It is easy, it's our default, our human behavior to recall a mistake, but you can practice, write it down, write down the good things that you do, the smart decisions that you make, the way that you worked well with your team. Write it down and focus and recall and breathe and think about those times, okay? Because that is who you are. That's your ability. That's your strength, right? So now you're just training your mind to think of that, to feel that. It's a feeling. I am good, right? I am smart. I'm smart, right? So I understand I had about 30 minutes to talk and then about 10 or 15 minutes for questions. I can keep talking or I can be open. I do see something in the chat. Oh, I see 10 minutes for Q&A.
Yep, so if you're okay, Lisa, we got a couple questions for you. So I'll just shoot them out right to you. Aaron Rubin asks, how do I balance communicating calmness and patience while still communicating appropriate sense of urgency?
That's a very good question, Aaron. So that's part of practice. That's part of training before you get to the competition. I'm guessing you guys practice timed competition, like a mock competition, practice competition before you get there. And so really, I would say do one where you're not on the clock and say, we're all going to have a signal, maybe with our hand, whether it's putting up a finger, everybody take a breath, move, let's do the next move. You need to practice. What I do is I teach my athletes what I call a breathing routine, is that you take a breath intermittently in between your moves, in between your decisions, okay? So that's calming the body while you're under pressure, while you have to make decisions. You can't hold your breath the whole time. And every time that you take a breath, that signals to the brain, I'm calm, I'm safe, I can do this, okay? So I would say practice intermittent breaths, maybe have a hand signal or something, maybe on your chest. Come on, people, we can do this. And everybody needs to breathe together, or at least have that signal so that they remember. And you can still continue with the urgency, but I would say slow it down at a practice and emphasize the breaths at a practice so that it becomes more natural, it becomes more familiar to you, okay?
Okay, thank you, Lisa. The next question would be, this kind of activities, robotics, the robotics competition we are all part of, that it's focused primarily to high school students, so they're teenagers, entails, especially on these upcoming months, a great amount of stress. And it's a daily thing. You have to do it every single day. You have to be at the workshop every single day, sometimes whole nights, sleepless nights. So in a certain way, the skills and the discipline you need are very similar to a sport. So you being a coach and having been a coach for athletes, what's the best advice you can give to teenagers as to balance their passion, let's say robotics, and being at the workshop with their life, so they don't burn out right after the first 2 weeks of work?
Yes, that's an excellent question. I actually just did a presentation on how to avoid burnout. And it really is your intention. Is your intention to just work and burn yourself out? Or is your intention to feel energetic? Is your intention to feel healthy and to be healthy? Because you cannot think clearly, you cannot perform well if you are not balanced and have enough sleep, eat well, right? And take time off. And what that means is when you give yourself a 15-minute rest, that rest is not just, I'm not working, I'm not doing it, I should be in there. That rest is to recuperate. To recuperate will get your brain and your body to a higher level of performance. So for athletes, for robotics, you must make sure that you recharge your mind and your body. So is that your intention? That you want to recharge, that you want to feel good? All right. So then you surround yourself with helpful people, positive people that support you. If it's a mom, a dad, a brother, a friend, a teammate, come on, we need to recharge. You need to get some rest. You need to sleep. You need to eat healthy vegetables, right? You need to be surrounded by positive, happy people. Okay, listen to positive music, right? Watch a positive movie, okay? If you're on your phone and you're scrolling and you're watching things that's not going to help you recharge, then you're not following your intention, okay? So I would say make yourself accountable, talk with somebody else who also, maybe this is a teammate or your coach or somebody who's helpful. Talk with them about, I want to feel recharged. I want to feel energetic. I want to feel confident. When you start to burn out, you will not feel confident. When you start to get tired, you're not going to make good decisions. So it's very important to insert in your schedule, whether it's afternoon, nighttime, take a day, you need to write it down, talk to somebody. Oh, I'm starting to feel burnt out. I'm starting to feel tired. Notice when you start to feel it. Then take some time, 15 minutes, a half an hour, okay?
Thank you, Lisa. And we got a couple more questions. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. So first of all, we would like to know if there's any way, an email maybe, so teams can reach out to you and maybe get in touch and ask more questions to you.
Yes, my email is Hey Mitz, and that's H-E-Y. I can type it in the
Yep.
chat box. I'll put it in the chat box right now. There you go.
Thank you. So yes,
And
everyone.
you can also reach me on, if you are on social media. I did see that you guys have an Instagram account. So my Instagram is Mitzel_coach. And so I just typed that into the chat.
Okay. Thank you so much. And before we go, though, we have a last question. So
Sure.
You rightfully mentioned to be surrounded by positive people. And beginning next week, all the students that are watching you are going to begin sharing a common space. They're going to look at each other's every single day for a lot of hours, a lot of days, whole weeks, up until April approximately. What is your advice for those teams when there's maybe someone that breaks that ambience of peace, that mood of peace, that peaceful ambience, yet they need to work properly? What to do when someone in your team that you need to work with is not following or is not adding to that good ambience for work?
Yeah, that is a tricky part of teamwork. And so, you know, if there are team leaders that are helpful, or just as a whole group, even if that one person or two people are not being at the moment, they're not being a positive part, I would say, you know, team meetings, ask the coach for help. If none of that seems to be helpful, just remember you only control yourself, okay? And the goal, if the team, the whole team has a goal, okay, then you will keep saying, I would put up posters in your, in the room that you work in, okay? Team goal, be patient, be kind to each other, 100% support for each other. And the language that you use, it's okay to make mistakes. We're all here together, right? It's okay to make mistakes. We're all here supporting each other, okay? You cannot change another person, but you might be able to influence them, okay? If you feel the tension and the fight, then maybe you're part of it. You need yourself to be peaceful. Okay. Then that one person is going to be tense over there. Bring yourself to the room as a peaceful, positive person. Okay. With determination. Rawr. Hey, we want to win. Come
Yeah,
on.
we all want to win, and well,
Yes.
sometimes what you get from the competition goes even further than winning. You get a lot of experience and teamwork and just being around your friends the whole day at the workshop and at your school. That's an amazing experience for teenagers that, well, most of us that are already graduated, we had the opportunity to experience. So now we want everyone, all the kids out there, to just enjoy themselves. Yep.
Yes. And one more tiny tip for any person in your whole life who is ever negative. If you need to be around them for some reason, focus on one, and you will be able to find at least one, even if it's very small, one positive thing about them. Just one. If they are say things that aren't very kind, focus on the fact that they're smart or they do something well, or focus on the fact that they, are motivated. Focus on something, just one small positive thing about that person. It may be difficult to find it, but you can. There's always one thing. Maybe they believe in, they go to church or they believe in God. You don't know, but you need to just try and focus on one positive thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lisa. And
Okay.
it's been a pleasure having you with us. And we really appreciate your time for being here. And hopefully we'll have you with us next year.
Thank you. I would be glad. And I'm sending positive thoughts and energy to everybody. Make sure you breathe and relax each day and imagine good things.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you for being a warm up, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.